Can you smell what the rock is cooking? These are the real meta pro am builds. And I promise you guys, after you watch this video, you're going to know exactly what you need to make in order to dominate in this game. These are not some like kind of okay builds. These are not some like, no, these are proven meta builds in order to dominate. I am on top 60 teams in the world right now with these builds. And I promise you guys, if you play these with these builds, you're going to dominate. I'm going to go a little fast because I need to explain why they're pro am meta builds and why you can play them in rec, park, or wherever, and they're going to dominate no matter where you put them at. I have to explain it, so it's gonna be a little targeted video, but we're gonna also do a showcase as well, so that way you can see it in action. Not too much, but like a somewhat showcase. The worst scenario of what you can expect on the worst day of your life with these builds. Anyways, starting first with the two center builds that we have here. These are, one can be a back end. This is more like a real center. This is like a center that's more comp-ish. This is, but also a back end as well if you wanted to have a variation between the two. Some people don't like making small centers, so if you wanted one that was not, you can do this. This is your 7 foot center. You need a 90-foot standing dunk, so that way you can cheese with the precision dunker if you know what you're doing. So that way if you do that pump fake whenever you're dead up in the paint, you can always get this little reverse like dunk that always gives you the biggest bar ever. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. This allows you to play pick and roll defense. You still have the 65 drive and dunk, so that allows you to get aerial wizard and certain things like that, or just drive if you do get, you know, a lane or something like that, or even if you're, you know, getting a steal and you're down, you know, you should never really be, but you get the idea. It just kind of comes with it, but it is nice whenever you're playing pick and roll. But the main thing is you got a 90 strap. You're shooting over those. This gives you all the badges that you're going to need: Deadeye on goal, Green Machine on goal, Blinders on goal, Open Looks Hall of Fame, Guard Up on goal. These badges are absolutely insane for a big, because you're already going to be tall as hell, so that means you're going to be easy to shoot over people. And then you pair that with all these badges, you're never missing wide open. You can shoot from the hash with this build easily. And I'm talking like deep hash. Having that ability whenever you're playing with a point guard means that they have a mid-range game now. Because if you are playing with a big that can only roll and he can't fade, it takes away all the mid-range game, which means it makes it so much easier to defend for the people who are trying to play defense. Because all they got to do is just send one person to always sag. The point guard has to do all the hard work with his dribbling because he's trying to make two people think, oh, he's got the shot right there. The center needs to have the strap. It's the easier way to play it. And then that opens up the point guard having the mid-range game, beating the, you know, the defender a little bit more, trying to, you know, make people guess wrong, and then it forces more defensive breakdown. So having a center that can shoot in Pro-Am is insanely good. And this allows for you to do it at an elite level, not just okay, elite. Having 90 standard dunk allows for you to be a pick and roll big at an elite level. You dunking on people, you bodying babies. They're all in there getting kitchens. You know what I mean? So yeah, 85 3-pointers, so that way you can get limitless range on bronze. If you know the tech, then you know the tech. Bronze limitless range is all you need in this game in order to shoot from the hash consistently. You do not need more than this. That's why I did not go higher. You would not want to go higher. All you need is 85. 85 is your bread and butter. 85 gives you access to all the badges you need as well. And it's a really good spot to just have for your green window. You're going to be shooting really, really good. I shoot over 67 from 3 with an 85 on my center. I use the Kevin Durant base. You can use either him, the Jonathan Isaac, or Powell, D. Powell. But I think Kevin Durant is the best because you can literally just shoot in people's faces. Like, they put the baby on you. Let's say you're in the corner, and then they put like the little point guard who ain't got no defense. Even if he's 6'6" or 6, it don't matter how high. He could be freaking 7 foot. You can even go against a 7'1" center, 7'3" center who ain't got no perimeter defense. You shooting all up in their face. They can jump up in your face, and you strapping with Kevin Durant base because they ain't got no perimeter defense. This allows for you to shoot over those and Deadeye on go. So even if they got a little bit of defense, you're still cooking. Again, I shoot over 67%, and I don't take the greatest shots with this build because you kind of have to take a little bit more of them grenade kind of shots as a big. But the way I play my big, I'm never really just like sitting in the corner. I'm always playing off ball or, you know, screening or, you know, playing with the pick and fade or pick and roll, whatever. So my shots are always moving, which means I got to take some, you know, agent threes, some, you know, mid-range fadeaways, that kind of thing. I'm cooking, right? So yeah, this is all you need. 80 free throw because you can't be a pick and roll big without free throw. You're gonna be cookies. We ain't got no shacks up here. You're gonna have to sit that down. You need an 80 free throw, boy. If the bucket get in your hands and we need somebody to knock him down, you need to be able to knock it down. I shoot over 90% from the field goal. I said field goal from the free throw with all of my bills, and I never go above 80. There's no need. Put on Steph Curry or whatever you comfortable with and stroke that thing, cuz stroke that thing. It's about it. Anyways, 86 pass accuracy because that's the sweet spot. Honestly, you can go down to 75 if you wanted to. And this is actually a really good spot, but 86 just allows for you to go ahead and get the ball there faster. Now, I want to clarify something with pass accuracy so that way you're not confused as a center. There's no difference, and I know because I actually have 3 builds that all have these different pass accuracy. I got a center build that has 92 pass accuracy, which means Hall of Fame break starter. I have one that has 86, and I have one that has 75. There's no difference between all of them. If you throw it to someone who don't know about the animations in this game and they're running all the way to the corner on the fast break and you just got the rebound and you throw it out to them, you automatically throw on anesthesia or you automatically gonna throw it out of bounds. I don't care what your pass accuracy is. It's not going to the man. You need to stay away from the corners, deep corners, whenever you're playing fast break. Down the middle, it's always going to be a bullet. If you're going like to the side, if anytime you're going to the corners, it's basically going to be a bad animation. This is an animation game. You having higher pass accuracy does not mean you're going to get better animations. No. All that it means is the ball's going to get there faster and it's going to counteract interceptor badge. That's literally it. That's it. The main things that affect which animations you're going to get is where is the person that you're throwing the ball to, are they running or are they holding LT or are they standing still. All of these things are going to determine what animation you get because it's all animation based. Pass accuracy just determines how fast the ball gets there, and it caps at around 85. But from 75 to 85, the difference in speed is really not that much. So you can make a build that has 75 pass accuracy and go crazy. I do it. And you can make one that has 86, and it's just a sweet spot. It's a little bit easier to abuse. With 75, you just got to communicate, and they got to tell you, hey, yo, I'm going to be out. Looking for me. And if they know how to run down the field, it's all you can still do it. So 86 is the sweet spot, but you can go down if you want to. And I would never go up to 92. It's never worth it, honestly. It literally is never worth it. 86 is the only thing you need. Put your points elsewhere. Interior defense, 82. You don't need to go higher than that for this build because you already have higher weight. But if you are in a smaller center, you're definitely going to have to go 85. But this one, you can get away with 82. And you can do some good locks. But 85 is always a sweet spot for interior defense for bigs. But because you're such a fat boy and you're tall, you can get away with 82. So that way you can put those points elsewhere. 58 perimeter defense because you're going to need off-ball pass on bronze, and you're also going to need to be able to play good perimeter defense. So that way, if you jump, you're not cookies. Same thing with steals. You need to be able to catch those inside steals. You're not going to be able to get crazy amounts, but if you know what you're doing, you know when the time, if you're making reads, you can actually get like 3 steals a game if you own it like that. But if you're not that good, then you can get 1. Anyways, moving forward, 87 block. You don't need to go higher than that. You're already tall. You already got a long wingspan, and yeah, I'll never make a build over 87 block. 87 block is the perfect spot in this game. Before, I remember last year it was 92. You don't need that this year. 87, I'll go higher, or you're literally wasting points. Offensive rebound, 77. It's kind of like okay-ish, but you really don't need offensive rebound in this game, especially whenever you're playing in good teams. For the most part, your team shouldn't be missing, or you're playing with bums. And if they are missing, that's a them problem. They need to shoot better shots. But also, offensive rebounds, the way that they work with a build and comp, you're probably going to be playing 5 or you're probably going to be playing pick and roll. For the most part, you're either going to be in great position or you're not going to be in position at all. With the way that this game just kind of flows offensively, you're either going to be sitting at the 3-point line so you can't get the board anyway for offensive, or you're going to be already in there, which means the big's either going to be in front of you or he's going to be behind you because he didn't make the right read. So if you know what you're doing, you're going to get him anyway. You don't need to have this high, but what you do need to have high is defensive rebound because these are your boards. They're supposed to be yours. I would never put my offensive rebound higher than my defensive rebound. And the reason why is because if you're going against a 99 old boy person and you got an 85 defensive rebound, you're getting cooked. I'd rather literally sit here and not give up because guess what? People leak like crazy in this game. If you cannot get your defensive rebound and your team leak out, you know what that means? You giving up a bunch of threes and y'all lose the game exclusively because everybody trying to play fast break offense. Great defense needs to be rewarded with easy offense. And you need defensive rebound in order to do that. Bad offense need to be rewarded with get your A on D because you trash, you missed the shot. Get your skill up. But you need to get these boards. These are your boards. They need to be higher than everything else. Effectively and comp wise, you cannot be out here not getting defensive rebounds. They're your boards. You got them to miss. You get good contests. You can't get beat. You can't be getting beat like that. And that's why I have this always higher than my offensive rebound. You never want to go higher than that. And you need Hall of Fame box out beats because when you're going against them 99 old boards, 99 defensive, that Hall of Fame box out beast means no matter what they do, they can't swim around you. You getting your board just by holding up if you know what you're doing. So this is literally, I would never make a defense comp, pro am build with a under 93 defensive rebound because you're getting cookied against them 99 because they got people that go in there just to go against those teams that don't know about it. So get your money up, not your funny up. Anyway, speed, 67. You could go 66 because of chase down, but I go 67 because you want as much speed as you can. You're already a big boy. You can't be slow and big. Pause. If you're a fat boy, you're gonna need some speed too. You can't be slow stroking out here. Anyways, moving forward. Strength. You need 90 strength. If you do not make a center that has 90 strength, you did not make a center. I'm sorry. You need 90 strength in this game. Any build that's playing any sort of interior defense, if you ain't got 90 strength, you ain't made anybody that's stopping anything in the paint. I'm sorry. You need immovable enforcer on gold at least, and post move lockdowns on silver at least. Without that, you ain't doing nothing. You have to have a center with 90 strength. If you don't have 90 strength, you're getting cookied. You ain't getting boards. You're getting beat. And you also can get bullied up in that paint when you're going against a real inside big who literally his whole life, he ain't got no three-pointer. He just want to dunk on you. And he going to take it to you. And that's exactly what he doing right here. He is taking it to you. You having 90 strength means that a movable enforcer stops all that. They pass it to you while you're in the paint. Let's say you gambled on the pass with the 60 steal. You didn't get it. The pass still goes towards you, and the center's right there. He automatically gets a forced ball pickup because of you having that. And it'll even give him those animations where they'll go out of bounds and they'll get a turnover or a violation for it. All of that is a movable enforcer. This is the best badge in the game defensively. Movable enforcer. So you need to have 90 strength. This not only helps you whenever you're guarding in the post against those big boys who are little, their whole goal is to drop stepper. Literally, they just trying to drop stepper, standing dunk, precision dunker. And 90 strength helps with all of that. Immovable enforcer helps with all of that. You need it. Post move lockdown again, so that way you don't have to worry about drop stepper as much. It might get an animation here and there, but for the most part, just stay out of the restricted. Don't let them get in the restricted. Don't let them push in restricted, and they never gonna score. That's how effective it is. But also you need 90 strength so that way you can set down big boy screens. The one that your PG gonna love you because he like, hey, I get set with a screen and then I get threes. The whole team win. We get defensive breakdowns. If you ain't got a center with 90 strength, you ain't got big boy screens. And if you ain't got big boy screens, you can't play pick and roll. And you can't play off ball. Which means if your point guard ain't good, you're done. And even look at Joe Notes, he still be asking for screens. You know what I'm saying? You need that 90 strength. You feel me? I'm going to need for y'all to make sure you have 90 strength. Anything that you're going to take off this build, the one thing you do not want to take off is 90 strength. You're going to need it. Because if you ain't got it, hey, you're in trouble. Big boy trouble. Them inside bigs about to... Let me stop. They're going to do some things to you. You could do it the easy when I play. If you know what I'm talking about, then you're a goat. Anyways, but it also allows for you to get box out beats on Hall of Fame as well, and that's very important. Now, the thing to make it all tie together, because you can be like, bro, you made a 7-foot center, but he ain't got no wingspan. Like, he about to get cookied on the boards. No, I'm not, because I got 80 vertical, and this not only allows for me to get all the boards that are supposed to be mine and offensive rebounds, because I can jump higher than everybody else as a center, and all the times whenever like you get those jump balls, you always getting it. Ain't nobody jumping up with you, but it's really for chase down artists on goal. All of them boards and all of the defense, because you got block with 80 is crazy. Perimeter defense with 80 vertical is crazy. It is crazy. You heard I'm not crazy. It is crazy because you already got jumps. You already got hops. You're already tall. You already got a long wingspan. On top of you being tall, people think, oh, if you put a small wingspan on a tall big, then like it really is pointless. You're still taller than everybody else, which means your wingspan is just your arms. You're still a taller person, if you get what I'm saying. So your arms still get up higher than everybody else. On top of having high vertical, you're contesting everything. Trust me, if you put this to 58 and you got your vertical up, you're going to be able to get all the contests that you need. This helps you with getting boards. This helps you with getting blocks. It helps you with playing interior defense. You are a lockdown, and you are a very high defensive rebounder. I have this build, and I average over 18 boards a game. So, yeah, you're going to be dominated. And also over 18 points a game shooting, over 65 from the field goal, and I think it's 58 from the three. So, you're going to be going crazy with this build. And as you can see, 95 stamina for the workhorse on goal because you're going to need that. You're honestly going to need that. Moving forward. Same thing here. 90 standing dunk. Kind of get the picture. 7-8 3-pointer. That's for the Claymore on silver, and then your green machine mainly. That's pretty much it. 86 pass accuracy. You get it. This is your guard the 1 through 5 build. This is your backhand. This is your center. This is your on ball lock. This is your top lock. This is your everything. This is a I'm guarding everything build. And you still pick and roll with the standing dunk. You still shoot the strap. You just got to know what you're doing. You can still pass like crazy. You're locking down. You need 85. You can't go 82 if you're going to be 6'8". You have to have 85. Perimeter defense, insane. Challengers. That way, if you're playing sides on screens and then you get caught in the screen, you can still jump out of the screen by pressing Y while you're going through the screen. So that way you can get 49 contested whenever they think they're open. It's beautiful. You got to love the cheese. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Having goal challenger is insane. Clamps on top of having 90 strength. Whew, boy, you are shutting everybody down. It's not even going to be funny. 91 steal, so you can cheese, especially if you're going against a big who's trying to sit there and drop. Oh, it's a small center. Let me baby him. Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. He's a baby in there. And they just throw it down the middle. Yeah, nah. I'm going to need that. Thank you. Touchdown Bears. Pick 6. You know what I'm saying? 87 block, because, again, you got to have it. 82 offensive rebound. You're going to need a little bit higher just because you are a little bit smaller, but you don't really need that high, honestly. Again, if you know your position, you're going to get them anyway. Defensive rebound, 93. You don't really have to ever go higher than that. You can go 99 if you want. I seen one person make it with a 99, and it is all right. But you really don't need that. If you know what you're doing, you can get, not even get away. You can be elite at this because Box Out Beast Hall of Fame is all you need, and Rebound Tracer on goal is all you need. And since you're going to be faster than everyone else, you actually can get to the spots and beat people to the spots or roll quicker. So you can just automatically just beat them and then get your Box Out Beast to proc, and then you automatically get the rebound anyway. So that's pretty much how that works. And for the people who don't know, who they getting boxed or you're boxing someone out and you don't understand how they got the rebound over you, it's because you jumped. Let the rebound come to you. Just keep holding LT. They can't do anything outside of that. You just hold LT, and then you wait after to where only you can get it, and then you go for it. So yeah, and let's say there's they're trying to double with the screens or something, with the board or something like that, then you can jump. But for the most part, you're trying to just box a person out to where they can't jump, because you can't jump outside of that stuff and get an actual rebound. You have to jump, and then they can beat you by you jumping early and you timing it wrong. So if your timing is right and you box them out, it's always your board, unless they're doubling and you don't know what you're doing, or your people are leaking and they're not, boxing out. Anyways, moving forward, 90 strength. You ain't a lock if you ain't got 90 strength, and you ain't playing no defense up in there with the big boys if you ain't got 90 strength. You need that in movement enforcer on goal. You feel me? 80 vertical, gotta have it. 95 for the goal. Work hard for the longer boards, and because you're already faster, you run into the ball, you getting it, and you swinging it down the field. You ain't worried about long boards. So those are my two center builds for you. Let's talk about PG. So with a PG, whenever it comes to this game, you really have to have something that is dominant in every facet of the game. If your PG can't dunk, it's not a good build for Pro-Am or Park or anything. If your PG can't shoot, it's not a good build. If your PG can't get by people, it's not a good build. If your PG is cookies on defense, it's not a good build. You cannot have a build in pro-am that is not able to score whenever the ball is in his hands, whether it's any build like 1 through 5. You can't. Pro-am means the ball goes in your hands and you can create a bucket. A meta build means the ball goes in your hands and you can create a bucket. A meta build means you can have the ball go into your opponent's hands and you can stop the bucket. You get what I'm saying? You need to have that, and these builds allow for you to do that, because meta builds means you're min-maxing because you have skill already and you know what to do. You know the animations. You know how to play the game. Let's get into it. For the PG spot, we have 3 different variations. All 3 of these play a little bit differently, but they all can play the exact same, and I use all 3 of these. My favorite one is this one. I have this one, but I'm making this one. I have one that's like this. I gave him a little bit more defense just because I want it to be a little bit more of a cheeky one, but I'm actually about to make him too. But I have these 2, and these 2 are extremely dominant. Him is he's a cheese monster. So let's go into it. This one's a speed demon. So let's talk about what they're made to beat. I would honestly recommend, if you're really competitive, to make all 3 of these, because they all are gonna beat certain things. This one I feel like not too many people would like believe in, just because they don't have the skill for it, or they just don't know how to space it out with their team. And I don't think most teams would like know how to play with someone like that. But it's a skill issue. Let's be real. Anyways, these 2 are the ones that you're going to see the most. Hop straight into it. So this is a 6'2" guard here. This is a speed demon. I'm going to be faster than everyone else on the floor. I'm going to be able to shoot like crazy. I'm going to be able to beat the 90 strength locks because they won't be able to be fast enough to stop me. And I'm not going to ever allow them to get a chance to get body contact because I'm going to be faster than them. And I'm going to run away from them to the deep ranges for the 3-point shot so they can't get to me. Let's get to it. Again, if your PG can't dunk, you ain't got to get it. I'm sorry. You need to be able to position dunker. And you need to be able to make those contact dunks. And you need to have contact dunks so that way you can option select on offense whenever you're going for dunks and layups and floaters and stuff like that. You need to have all that. This allows for you to get contact dunks, but mainly it allows for you to get slithery, posterizer, and precision dunker on silver. This is extremely, extremely important. Bunny is good if you're trying to make people who are blocking you preemptively because they know you don't have 94 drive and dunk. Bunny allows for you to make them miss and then still go ahead and get yours, or spin, not spin, 2-step allows for you to do the exact same. That's why it's good. This build is dominant. And the reason why this build is dominant is because it's faster than everybody else. So you can get to the spot faster than the defender can even get there, which means you're always going to get the open lane. And if you know about precision dunker, once you have a line of sight, it's straight cookies anyway. So this build is actually like extremely elite at dunking because of the fact that you are faster than everyone else on the floor. So yeah, moving forward, 94 3-pointer, Agent 3s. You're going to be crazy because you can kind of get ghost contested, but because you're so fast, you kind of eliminate that anyway. If you know what you're doing, you know how to dribble, you're going to be driven by everybody. You get Space Creator Hall of Fame. That's a 36% boost. And if you know the animations and stuff like that, you're going to be crazy with this build. But mainly this is all just so that way you can have enough of a padding for your thing to stop ghost contest. But if you know what you're doing, you can green like 36 easily. If you know your strap, just pull a Steph Curry, get your blending however you want it, find that center green window, and then go crazy from there. 79 mid range because it comes with it. But anyways, 73 pass actually really don't need. I actually would have put this lower, but I just wanted to go. The silver dimer, bro. All you need is 70 pass accuracy in this game. Like, just make the IQ pass. I call it IQ pass. Where you basically skip a rotation. That's all you need. I promise you don't need more than that. The only thing that would ever make me go my pass accuracy higher than 73 or 77 is if I'm purposely trying to get Tyrese Halliburton animations, because his animations make them faster on top of the extra little speed boost. But if you already did the research, going from 70 pass accuracy to 75, there's very, very, very little speed increase. And then going from 75 to 85, there is also a very, very, very little speed increase. It's enough to where you can kind of see it, but it's not enough to where you're like, I gotta have it. And since you're a demon on offense, whenever it comes to scoring, you really don't need that. Your goal is basically to force the defense to break down, shoot out the gym, dunk on people, or just dunk whenever you get the open lane because you're going to be faster and you make them guess wrong or whatever. And then swing out to these corner, or you swing into the hash whenever they're doing a 2-man rotation, or you swinging back to the top of the key because or to the fade or whatever. Those passes, whenever you haven't passed out are always going to be fast anyway. So like the passes that you make with this kind of build You don't need more than that. 95 ball handles, so that way you can have handles for days, dribbling like crazy. But mainly the reason why this build is speed booster on Hall of Fame. Speed booster on Hall of Fame, no one has ever made a build with that and actually like been able to succeed because they don't know like what this is actually doing. This is literally the most expensive thing in the game to get, but it is also the most broken thing in this game to get. Speed kills. You're a cheetah. No lock in this game can keep up with you and your ability. If you can L2 cancel with this build, and you have Stephen Curry step back, or you have all the bro, if you have the you are too fast. You're too good. It's straight cookies. This is an ISO build. This is a pick and roll build. This is a I want to do whatever the hell I want. You can do it all with this build. I'm telling you right now. 95 ball handle. You ain't getting poked. If you know what you're doing, you ain't getting poked because not having 92 and having 95 actually helps you also to not be stolen. It basically boosts your unpluckable, the attribute itself. But 95 ball handle has been slept on this year. No one is making these builds. And it's because they do not understand that speed kills. The amount of quick stops that you can get with this build that are just so much faster than everyone else, it's actually insane. It's actually insane. So definitely go ahead and make it. And the ankle breaker on Hall of Fame also paired with the ability to just dribble like crazy. Again, if they're using fast feet on or ankle braces on silver, which is probably what most the best locks have, you're cooking them anyway. Ankle braces on silver ain't enough to stop ankle breaker. Ankle braces on silver is not enough to stop ankle breaker on Hall of Fame. You're gonna cook people with just 2 moves, and then it's a straight strap because you have the quickest jumper in the game whenever you're 6'2" with Patty Mills or Stephen Curry base. Yeah, and not only that, you get 91 speed with ball. That's for the speed booster, but you get access to the Kyrie Irving, which is stupid fast, the fastest in the game. And on top of that, you're moving fast whenever you're just running around. And you need to be able to just run around because doing dribble moves too much can mean people can rip you with, right stick ripper. So just being able to be fast means that people are going to be forced to like try to guard you because you're going to have the strap, you're going to have the 3-pointer. Everybody's going to have to be rotating like try to catch this monkey, Stephen Curry style. It's really, really broken. It takes a lot of skill to use, but in the highest level, this is literally the best small guard build in the game, and it is extremely dominant. You literally can't stop this build in the right hands. You can't stop this build. It's too fast. Like you can literally just run down the floor and just get straight up threes. And if they don't guard it, or if they try to overcommit to you, which they're gonna have to, you're just gonna force defensive breakdowns. You don't even have to play off a screen. It's very good. Anyways, any build that you're going to make, you have to have 55 interior defense. It's the only way you're going to get stops. You can't get stops unless you have 55 interior defense. You have to have this. Do not make a point guard without having 55 interior. Same thing with perimeter defense. You have to have 58. If you do not have 58, you ain't got no defense on you. You need off-ball pass. You can't play back end. You can't play corner. You can't stop a cut. You can't do nothing. You are cookies. You need 58. 62 just kind of comes with it, but whatever. The 60 block is because you're already going to have a high vertical, so your jump contests are already going to be good. That block gives you better animations, so you can actually take people out of animations on the fast break, play hands-up defense, take people out of animations on the fast break. It's important. You be like, but I can get this and I can get that. I don't care if you can get 84 mid-range. I don't care if you can get 89 driving. Like, it's not worth it. If you can't play D, if you are cookies on D, I do not care. You can't be a liability. This allows for you to not to be a liability. You can play good defense. Not great, but good defense. Again, I've been playing defense with 25 perimeter defense on a lot of my builds just because I never upgraded my defense, and I've been able to shut down. This is more than enough in order to get the job done, especially whenever you're going against these sort of like builds where they don't really have offense or more defense. So you ain't got to worry about it a lot either. But even in like park and rec and stuff like that, if you everybody's playing man, or if you're doing no squads or whatever, you're still gonna be able to play very good defense if you know what you're doing and you know when not to move, when to hold the B button, so that way you don't get ankle braces, or these little stutters. If you know what people are doing. Anyways, having not only that, but the speed, absolutely insane. You're gonna be faster than anyone else whenever the ball is not in your hand. You literally Stephen Curry. Think of this build as Stephen Curry, straight up Stephen Curry that can dunk more, elite. So like Derrick Rose. Let's do Derrick Rose, but with a jumper. A crazy jumper. And also you have Spot Finder with this build. Spot Finder is basically whenever you just press RT and you run in a certain direction, it gives you this super crazy fast launch that matches with acceleration. So acceleration increases this boost, but after you do that, the run that you get after that is all your speed. So I'm gonna see if I can try to show that whenever I do the showcase. This is actually really insane. These two, I mainly got this just because I want a speed booster on Hall of Fame. But when you pair these two together with Spot Finder, you are literally a demon, bro. I'm telling you, let's say they set you a double screen, everyone's gonna have to, like, two people are gonna have to go ahead and try to contest that. It's gonna force a defensive breakdown. One can fade after that, one can go ahead and run to the rim. Somebody's gonna have a bucket because you can literally play off of the Spot Finder with these two stats alone. I would never again make a build as a point guard without strength, because you can't get down the floor. If you're going against a 90 strength lock, you need to have that 42 strength, and also so that way you have blow by on at least over, or you're not going to be able to get down the field. They're going to stonewall you every single time. You need to have at least 40 strength on your build. I would get this up higher if I could, but strength allows for you to play better defense, better like clamp defense whenever you're actually like bumping somebody. And it also allows for you to not get completely stonewalled whenever you're running towards the basket, or whenever you're just running the ball up the court and someone's like riding your hip. This allows for you to fight. If you can't fight, you just a bum. You're getting beat up. Don't get beat up. Put strength on your build. Play some defense. You need strength in order to do both of those. Vertical 75 so that way you can get the contacts, but also it helps you play better defense. So again, you can get your stops. We'll talk about it more. 99, you get it. So that build is very, very dominant. It's a speed demon. It's an ISO build. It's a a point guard, screen build. It's very, very fast. You got all the stuff you need. It's absolutely insane of a build. Moving forward, offensive heavy points. This is kind of like the Joe Knows build, but it has a little bit better defense on it. 92 three-pointer, because that's all you really need. 94 driving luck, so you can be elite, BS elite. Like, I don't really care about it elite at dunking. And the 92 three ball is just so that way you can step back from the John Wall. Anytime your build can't do the John Wall step back from like somewhat from the 3-point line and green consistently, you ain't made a point guard build, because they gonna just sag off of you. You need to be able to do that. This build can do that. The previous build can do that. You need to have that. 89 passer for the Tyrese Halliburton. Again, it's the only way I will go over 77 or over 73. Those are kind of your best marks. 92 ball handle. You're going to need that. 83 for the speed booster on gold. 55 interior. Again, I will never make a build as a point guard who doesn't have at least 55 interior defense. You get so many animations that are locked behind certain attribute walls, and most of them are at the 50 mark, at the 0 mark, or at the 5 mark. Like these 8s and stuff like that, if it ain't a badge, just go to the next 0 or the next 5. That's where you get like extra animations, because this game is all animation based, by the way. If you didn't know, it's all animations. If you don't get the right animation, I don't care what type of whatever you got, but if you do get the right animation, I don't care what your attribute is, you got the animation, you get in the stop. And that's what happens when you have 55 interior. 68 perimeter defense. That's for the off-ball pass on silver. You're playing good back end or corner defense. You're not worrying about cuts. You ain't got your big sitting there going crazy in the 2-3 zone because you're getting 1-2 cut it. You can guard your corner elite. I'm not gonna say elite, but great. You can guard your corner great. You ain't no liability at all. 68 perimeter defense is that super sweet spot. You always gonna get a contest up. You always gonna get a hand up, and if you jump, you even gonna get better contests. So like, you're not gonna have the situations where like you jump and then like it's still saying wide open even though you're right in his face. You're not having it happen with this build or the previous one with the 6'2 guard. The whole point is that way you can play good defense. So that way, the only way they score on you is if you make a mistake. And these are builds where if you make a mistake, you get scored on. But if you play good defense, you are rewarded for good defense. Same thing with the block. You can chase down. You got 82 vertical, so that's even better whenever it comes to jump defense. This build has no weakness. You're not a weakness on defense. You're not a liability on defense. You can pass, you can shoot, you can score like crazy. This is a do everything build. The only thing you can't do is steal. But you can still bump steal if you know what you're doing. You just can't like go crazy with the steals. 86, so that way you can have speed booster on gold. 73, so that way you can have blow by on silver. And again, you cannot make a point guard without at least 40 strength. You have to have it, or you ain't getting by nobody and you ain't playing no defense. for 82 vertical for the 94 driving dunk, and 97 stamina because I can't put it anywhere else. And also we went for the 78 because this is where you get a little extra little boost to your green window for your mid-range shots. So if you're playing with a fading center, you can actually go ahead and shoot that much more consistently whenever that opens up the mid-range game. This is a very good build. It does everything that you need it to do. It's fast, it can dribble, it can shoot, it can dunk, it can pass, it can play defense, it does it all. It's very good in park too. Very good in park. Extremely good in park. Moving forward, this is the best build in the game. This is the most slept on build in the game. This is I don't know anyone else who has ever made this build. It took me 4 months to make this build and perfect this build. This is a dominant build. It's insane what this build can do, honestly. So let's look at it. 74 driving lib, that's actually perfect because it gives you Giant Slayer on goal. Sorry, brain was lagging. 94 driving up because again, it's the best thing to have in this game. Honestly, it's the most effective way to score. That alone allows for you to play such a different game that honestly, I would never make a build that doesn't have some sort of precision dunker working for it. We'll talk about a way to make it a little bit some different variation. For example, you can go for 40 standing dunk, so that way if you are playing off drop stepper or something like that and you want to get the cheesies, you can do something like this, go for 86, and then that allows for you to go ahead. I said 86, 56, you can get 40 there, and then you can just go ahead and upgrade a little bit here. So you could do this as well. So that way you get the 40 standing dunk. So if you do a drop stepper from this, or you do a post spin Hall of Fame or whatever, you can still get a standing dunk right there because you get animations. So that can work. But to me personally, I feel like that's not really effective because you can just bully people with this build anyway. So anyways, let's talk about it. So with this build, you are dominant scoring in the paint. You're dominant getting to the paint. 92 post control means, again, if you don't have a point guard with code unpluggable, you ain't got no point guard. You about to be cookies. They are the Grinch who stole your Christmas. You feel me? You need that. The post control allows for you to be a big boy and still be able to dribble the ball, right? But back down punish on Hall of Fame is extremely good on top of having the high post control. So you have high strength, high post control, and you also have high weight, and you have back down punisher on Hall of Fame. You can back down centers with this build. This is if you get clamped up and you can't dribble against somebody because they're using 90 strength and you don't know how the skill to get by them because you just don't got the moves. This means I can just go up in the post and literally just bully them in the post, and then I force a defensive breakdown because I'm just going to score every time from that. And then you're still doing what a point guard is supposed to do, which means you're forcing the collapse, which means you can swing out and then you make the IQ pass, or someone makes the IQ pass after you do. It's a bucket. Post scoring allows for you to mainly get unpluckable on goal, but you can actually do a lot of post scoring with this build. Elite. This is elite at post scoring. This is elite at dunking. This is elite at scoring in the paint. Elite at driving to the paint. You are elite whenever it comes to finishing. Shooting wise, you have a 90 mid range, so again, that really helps your post fade, especially your dream shake whenever it comes to the shimmies and stuff like that. The cheesiest thing to do with post scoring. Yeah, you're gonna be elite. Like, you get guard up on gold, which is actually really good. That badge is super slept on, and that happens a lot from shimmy fades, and it also happens a lot from like just regular like mid range fades if you're using Kobe and stuff like that, where people can't really get a hand up. I get that badge up pretty easily, and yeah, that badge is really good. It helps you to hit those, shots where people are kind of hands down, man down. If you sag off, you swags off. So 90 is really good, but it also gives you a lot of badges that you're going to need, like Deadeye on gold. That is the most important one. Green Machine on gold. That is the most important one, but mainly open looks on Hall of Fame. This is the most important one. But having blinders on goal is good because it allows for you to be really elite at the mid range and really elite at shooting the 3-point ball as well. Because some people like a point guard with not having 92, having all these badges allows for you to basically feel like you have 92. Again, if your build cannot be, let's say, a step behind the 3-point line and do the John Wall step back and green that shot consistently, you ain't got a point guard because they just gonna sag off of you, and then the spacing is gonna be bad. This build can still do that, and it's not hard. This is the build that I shoot the best percentages with, so you can get it done. I see centers out here shooting with 76 3-pointer, shooting extremely consistent. You're gonna be all right. Learn your shot, get your timing right, shoot from deep, know how to shoot your strap. You don't need 92. You don't need anything unless you're worrying about ghost contests. And the thing is, the taller that you get, the less 3 points you need, because the only reason why you need 3 pointer high is to counteract the badges for people with challenger because of the ghost contest. The taller you are, the less ghost contests you're gonna get. So I promise you guys, don't fret about the 85. It is absolutely sweet. I didn't go for the 86 3 pointer because me personally, I don't think that that's worth it. Um, it's only a 4% boost. Um, so yeah, to your agent threes. So me personally, that's not worth it to me. But if you wanted to go that route, you could like try to work a little something out. So that way you can try to go for that. I don't think you can get that. You could probably go for 50, 75, even 76. You could do something like that, but me personally, that's cookies. I don't think that's worth it. Me personally, I just don't think that that's worth it. But if you wanted to go for that, then you could. I just don't think that that's really my speed. But Agent Threes is gonna help you with like your standstill shots. It's gonna help you with a lot of stuff. You really can kind of go crazy with that. If you wanted to do that, you can. You can kind of do this if you still want to get the 40 standing dunk or whatever. But again, I'm really not gonna like sit here and try to tell y'all to do that. That's really not like optimal to me, at least. You can even do something like this, even if you wanted to keep that 60 and then put everything else here, if you wanted to grab that. But again, you don't have the 77, which means you won't have needle threader on silver, so it can be kind of cookies. um so again, not my cup of tea, but if you wanted to, then you could. Just know you're gonna be having to give up something there. So I mean, you could kind of give up this if you wanted to still go for the 60, but again, you really don't need too much. Um, as long as you have 58 perimeter defense, so I guess you could get away with it by doing this if you wanted to go for that Agent Threes on silver, and that could work. But it's not really not that important. Anyways, moving forward, 77 pass accuracy, because again, you're going to be playing somewhat out of the post here and there. It's kind of like a cheesy bucket whenever you want. And you're going to be bullying everybody in the panel unless they're a center. Um, and they have to be a big boy center. Even if they're a center with 90 strength and they have, interior, you're still bullying them. You battling, so you can still work them, especially with you having Hall of Fame badges, not silver. So I don't know a single center that has post moves locked out on Hall of Fame. Everyone runs silver, so you're gonna be cooking them. Again, no lock that I know of is having extremely good defense like that, and if they do, they ain't got no offense. So they're gonna have to sit there and, you know what I'm saying, they would have to make a build to stop you. So you're always going to be effective offensively. And having the ability to pass out of that just a little bit better, so not the 73, having that 77 is really important, because again, you're going to be passing out of the post because they're going to have to W or they lose. Anyways, ball handle 85, you need that. 75 for the blow by and also the speed booster, you're going to need that. 56 kind of comes with it for the 96 strength that we have down there, and then the 50, I wanted 60 because 60 you get some better animations, honestly. But again, if you're trying to go for that 86, then you could go that route. If you wanted that Agent Threes on silver, you can go ahead and do that. Defensive rebound doesn't really matter. 81 speed for the speed booster on silver. 73 for the blow by on silver. 96. So that way you can be a lock. Now remember I told you, if your build can't play defense, then you ain't made a build that's really like pro-am or meta. Golden Movement Enforcer is extremely good. Hall of Fame and Movement Enforcer is the best defensive badge in this game. You are a top lock with this build. You can't get steals, but people not getting past you. They not driving on you. They're not slashing on you. They're not doing. If they throw a pass and you are like you're right there by them, they're getting put in the animation. If you're playing on the corner, they'll go out of bounds. Literally get that little stupid catch animation where they'll stumble around with the ball because you're right there and you bump them. They'll just go straight out of the ball and you get a turnover. That's because of Hall of Fame movement force, and it'll happen every single time. Go watch the videos. It is absolutely insane. Hall of Fame movement enforcer is the best defensive badge in this game. You can literally make a build with no interior and only Hall of Fame movement enforcer and play elite defense. 58 perimeter defense, 96 strength is all you need. You ain't even gotta have interior. Interior will just be for animations that you can get with 55. So these alone, and I have this build, so I actually know this. I never get scored on in the paint with this build. unless I'm out of position. I make a mistake where like uh I'm not in front of him. That's a me problem. You know what I'm saying? You don't need steal. You can still get bump steals if you know how to, read the spot, read the angle, stuff like that. Um, the block would be nice to have. I'm not gonna lie, but just be in front of him. You got the 96 thing. You're an offensive demon. 82 for the 94. Crazy, crazy. 95 for the. It's really just for the handles, but you want to kind of get that as high as it possibly can. So we can go ahead and like that. Let's see here. So that's that build. This is basically a kill everybody, do everything that you want to do. You're in cookies. Then we have the best lock in the game. This lock is going to shut pretty much everything down. This is a 1 through 5 guard-ish. It's a little more cookies on the 5, but it can guard the 1 through 4 extremely well. It just doesn't have enough to beat the builds that I'm talking about because there's ways to beat all of these builds. Everything has counterplay except that 6-8 build that I just showed you. This is the best lock in the game though. If you're trying to make a lock that can do everything. 90 driving up because you need to be able to get down the floor and dunk the ball if you get a steal. And if you can't do cuts and throw lobs to you or catch a cut and then score in the paint or drive or anything like that, then you didn't make a lock. A lock that can't dunk, yeah, you didn't make a lock right. You need to have 90 dunk in order to be able to be efficient with your steals and whatever. 45 standard dunk. Again, if you do spot finder, you cut to the paint, you need to be able to dunk that, get that guaranteed bucket. The game needs it, you're going to need it. 92 post control because, again, you need to, if the ball is swung your way, let's say you got 5 seconds on the clock, your point guard got locked up, he just swing you a grenade, you need to be able to score in 5 seconds. Having post scoring means I don't need ball handle. I can shoot with the mid range because I got the 90 mid range. Also, I can do my post spin cheese. I can dunk after that. I can go crazy. I can do mid ranges. I can do a quick dream shake so that way I can get the cheese animation where it stun them, and then I get this fade away so I can get a bucket. If your build cannot score at will, you do not have a meta build. If you cannot drop at least 18 points a game efficiently with your build, you do not have a meta build. It's not enough to have elite defense. You have to have elite defense and elite offense. You have to be able to score the ball. If you're like, well, my build can't dunk, my build can't do this, my build can't, you did not make a good build. I'm sorry. If your build can't shoot, if your build can't dunk, if your build can't play defense, and if your build can't do passing, and if your build ain't got no good what you call them, physicals, you ain't make a good build. I'm sorry. You can't be elite in 2. This is not a game where you can be elite in 2 things now. No, you have to be elite in 3. So yeah, you need the 92 post control because that is your go-to or your go-ahead basket pretty much. They give it to you last second and you make something happen with it, right? This can be a very dominant second option, not a first option. The other builds I showed you are first options. This is a dominant second option. That center, the 2 centers I showed you, they're also second options. You can be a second option with this build because your mid-range is extremely consistent. Again, if you know how to dribble, you don't really need ball handling in order to go crazy with the blowouts. If you got the ball in your hand, you use space creator, stuff like that. You can. I've played with a build like this before. I actually have a build like this. It's my 6'8". Matter of fact, it's him right here. I have him. These two are both kind of like this. He has a little bit more dunk on him, but anyways, both of those builds both have low ball handle, and I literally drop over 20 points a game with them both. You don't need ball handle in order to score. Pass accuracy, you don't really need to be passing that much because your goal is to lock up, but you need to be able to swing it out still and get it to the open man. So it's just enough. Again, 70 pass accuracy is the lowest that I would go while still being able to throw dots. Just make sure you have on pass style none. 82 interior because again you're going to need that for the anchor. I wish you can get 85, but you have to sacrifice too much for that. But 85 would be sweet because then I would say you can really lock up the 5 spot, but you're definitely going to lock up the 4 through 1. 87 perimeter defense is all you need. You don't need 88. 94 feet on gold is trash. Like, that badge is not even, honestly, you shouldn't even be playing out there. Like, you're going to get beat. You need to play more disciplined defense. Fishing for 94 feet is not good. but you need challenger on go, because if you're fighting through screens because you don't have pick dodger on go, you need to be able to jump out of those screens, pressing Y out of those screens. If you can do that, trust me, boy, you get 49% contested where people are literally wide open. They look wide open, but because you have challenger on go and you're jumping out of the screen, they're going to get contested. Big boy contested because of the badge. That's why we go for 87. That is the sweet spot. You do not need to go higher than that. And on top of you have a 90 strength, as you can see down at the bottom, you have clamps on silver and off ball pest on gold. This is a on ball lock. This is a top lock. This is a back end. This is, I can do whatever I want on defense. You know what I'm saying? 91 steal, beautiful. 87 block, beautiful. You're getting all your chase downs, all your stuff, and 80 speed, so that way again you can chase down people. You're not slow. You can still somewhat guard the faster point guards, well, the 6'6" point guards, but that 6'2" point guard, you getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie, you too slow. You're way too slow for this 6'2" point guard on this build. No build in this game can keep up with that build. I'm sorry. There's not a lock that you can make that can keep up with that build without giving up the ability to actually like stop his blow by stuff from him being that fast. So there's no way to guard the 6'2" build if you have skill. So yeah, you're just straight up like out of there. There's no build that can really guard that build. It's just too fast. 90 strength though allows for you to again get the clamps, get that immovable enforcer. Again, the best defensive badge in the game is not clamps, it's immovable enforcer. This allows for you again if you're going against a slasher. He ain't getting no points that game. I'm sorry, he ain't doing nothing. If he's sitting there, you got a 90 strength and you got movement enforcer and you fighting through screens, and they, let's say you're hugging on them because you're trying to show the shading, if you know what I'm talking about. If you try to drive or you try to immediately speed boost out of that, yeah, no, buddy, you getting this little slow, weak animation that you can literally read with your defender and then get a bump steal off of that. Yeah. Nah. 90 strength, you have to have it for a lock, or you ain't really make a lock. You have to have it. 78 vertical, because again, you need the contact dunk. So again, if you got the lane, let's say somebody bumping you because you're a little bit slower with the ball handler after you do your blowout, but you still have a line of sight, you need to be able to precision dunker. That's why we went for 90 and not 89. It actually does make a huge difference. 98, because again, you're a lock. It allows for you to move faster left to right whenever you're actually sprinting. So yeah, so that's everything. Let's go ahead and actually show these builds, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. I'll see if I can try to make these as quick as possible. Let's see. Cool. So this is the 7-foot center. As you can see, this guy is not slow at all. So you still be able to like make a read here, get back, whatever, get your board, swing it out. As you can see, throwing dots. Again, you got the strap from way out here. You can really shoot out there. I mean, I don't really know whatever jumper they got me on, but watch this. Chase down. Bop. Oh, that's crazy. And remember, you don't really have badges in this mode too. So again, pretend like you're going against the best team in this world. This is the worst that this build is going to look. So you're watching the worst that this build is possibly ever going to look. Yeah, as you can see, Bill's got the strap. You can shoot out there. I wish they would have gave me some better animations to work with, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. But again, running out. I went for a position dunker right there, but I'm like that, you know what I'm saying? You can still do that, but you can just do the regular dunks too. You don't really have to precision dunker. But as you can see, you can go crazy. And you also have a standing dunk with this build. That's probably open. I didn't jump at that. I should have jumped at that, but anyways, let's see if I can sort of get a little thing going on here. But also you have mid-range, so again, should be fades, it should be buckets. You can the animation was a little bit trash. I don't know what fade they got me on, but you can actually shoot those even though you don't have post scoring on this build, like post control, should I say. You can shoot the post scoring because you do have that animation. As you can see, you can do a little sauce up in there. Again, you got speed, so bing bing. So yeah, build can pretty much do everything. Also, you do have the 90 standing dunk, so you can definitely pick and roll with that build. Let's go ahead and show this one now. This is basically the super lock. Guard the 1 through 5 lock. This is the best lock in the game. You give up a little bit though, so you give a little bit of scoring. This is more of like a true like I only want to lock, I'm not trying to score at all. But you can, you know, do some little fadeaway stuff with this, even though that's the worst animation in the game. But you can literally be an on-ball lock. You can guard the 1 through 5 with this build, and you can get boards. I want to show like some sort of boards, but also like some screen cheese too. As you can see, that's a swim there. Again, I don't even have box out beast on because there's no badges in this, but yeah, you can get like all the badges. But as you can see, 90 strength, that's what that does. It automatically stone walls. You can get good blocks. I'm telling you guys, this center build here is dominant in this game. That is insane. So yeah, this build can pretty much guard everything. So yeah, let's see here. I'm trying to get at least one good board kind of sequence going. Bro, just shoot the dang ball. What are you doing, kid? Anyways, as you can see, you can kind of get an idea of what like he has going on. Again, this build is like super fast, by the way, for a big. Even though this is a slower motion style. Let's see if I can try to give me a little chase down here. Cool. Got a little up and slower blowout too. You do have the strap with the 73. I mean the 78, so you can really go crazy with this build. I really don't feel like showing too much with like that though, because it's kind of hard to like get that to actually be shown in that mode. Because I don't want to spend too much time on this. But for these point guards, hopefully I can get Kyrie Irving on the first one, so you can see just how fast this is. This is the next build I'm gonna make. I have a lot of builds. Alright, let's see. Please give me Kyrie Irving. No, they didn't give me Kyrie Irving. Oh my god. I don't want to do it if I don't got Kyrie Irving, because I want you guys to see the potential. I want you guys to see the cheese. Alright. Just give me a few seconds. Just, I mean, skip a few fives and we'll be there. Or you can just hold down on the right side of your screen and you can like make it like double speed too. I'm teaching you guys the knowledge here. Alright, yeah, you like that. Yeah. Please, Kyrie Irving. Please, Kyrie Irving. Nope, not Kyrie Irving. Oh, well, whatever. We're not going to do it more than that. Anyways, this build is literally... like, this build is so fast. It's so fast to the point to where it's actually cheese. I wish I had the Kyrie Irving. I probably should do it just so that you guys can see it. Just skip. I can't edit either. I am currently working on that though. I got an idea. I do have my PC like up and running and whatnot, so I just need to get an Elgato or something like that for my game, so that way I can start actually editing. So that is in the works. But look at how fast this build is, bro. Your ability to rotate is going to be next level. KD, oh my god, KD, what are you, bro? This is not your showcase. You still in my shine, bro. You are still in my shine, bro. Give me the ball. Give it. Drop a like for my struggles, man. Drop a like for the struggle. I'm on a struggle bus. Give me the... No, way. So how are y'all doing today? Press me the ball. Alright. Hey, but it was worth it. I got Kyrie Irving. Alright, cool. As you see, look at how fast this is, man. Like... that is insane. Now, these are AIs, by the way. So, like, that was a precision dunker already right there. But again, this stuff, like, again, this is probably the worst it's gonna look because it's against AIs. You know, AIs in their defense. Like, that's a lane. That's a precision dunker already right there. So like, you're gonna be able to dunk like people, like crazy on people, for real. Let's see here, and just like, let's say you get this and they're respecting the drive or something like that, then you can literally just shoot that, right? Or so you do this and then they're respecting that, you could just drive in. Like, in park, this is literally like the nastiest build. So yeah, and remember, this is also a 94 3-pointer, so your ability to hit agent threes and stuff like that, it's gonna be insane. Let's see here. see here. See if I can try to break this guy down. So yeah, like you're not going to be like cookies whenever it comes to scoring. You're going to be so fast where people literally will not be able to guard you. They're going to have to send someone to help. That's supposed to be a bump steal. That's perfect. That's why we have 55 strength right there. That's the reason why we do it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That animation happens in like Param all the time. And you can also play off of people like, you know, like trying to like play off of this. 'Cause I don't know if you guys know it, but like you can like do like this and then get another one. So yeah, this mixed with Hall of Fame speed booster is actually like stupid insane. This build is like so fast. It's insane how fast this build is. And I don't have access to all my animations to where I can like really like show you guys like just how like nasty this could be. But like let's say you do like that. Hold on. To that, bro, like it's gonna be insane. See what I'm saying, bro? Like this is automatic like straps, bro. If you're playing it off a screen, bro, you see it. You see it. And not only being able to move stupid fast and have a really high three-pointer, but also having a very, very, very good ability to dunk, you're looking at some serious trouble here. This is another very good build. The only difference between this one and the one that I just showed you is that this build is more of a dunker. It's not as fast, but it is still fast enough. But it does play a little bit better defense, as you can see. You're not going to be cookies on defense. Your off-ball passes are going to be good. You're going to be very good at guarding. Like, watch, for example, let's see. You like this? Watch how long it takes for him to get out of animation here. On my side of the screen, if you're going to make a move. So you get the animations like that, right? That's all you need, bro. That's all you need. For you to have time to read, this is a precision dunker. As you can see, this build is going to dominate when it comes to dunking. It's honestly insane. But, as you can see, you still get very good block animations and stuff like that. So again, you're not going to be cookies on defense. This is a very, you know, good, I want to kind of do it all build. That's another one. You see, this is the build that a lot of people are like very comfortable with. I definitely do think it's an easier one to use. Let's see if I can get me another stop here. Beautiful. That happens, and that's an AI that hit that, but most people are going to whiff that right there. I said whiff. What am I saying? That's another one. Okay, we do that too. All right, but you guys get the picture. You can play good defense. You can really score. You can really shoot. You got everything that you need. And you can really pass. Remember, that's the one with the high pass accuracy. This is my baby. This is the one I really want to show you guys. Y'all, this build is the strongest build in this game. All the other builds I showed y'all are nothing compared to this build right here. This build is dominant. You can see, not slow. That's really important. Is you got to make sure your build ain't slow, bro. Because if your build slow, you ain't cookies. Please tell me they gave me some good animations here. No, they gave me the slow ones. But, oh, they gave me the trash ones. But you can see, this build is extremely dominant. You can get in here. These cookies. And remember, I don't have Bulldozer on Hall of Fame because there's no badges in here. Everything you're going to be seeing just off the strength alone. So this is with no badges. Let's see if I can get him to swing it to him so I can show y'all a movable enforcer. It's going to be a strap. But notice how that said open and not wide open. Peep that. Let's see if I can go ahead and get something here. Okay, so here's what happens. So whenever you're going against a person and they're playing really good defense, look at the little, you see at my feet, there's green, red, and then green. Bulldozer will always work whenever you're basically not driving towards the red. If you're driving towards the green, it'll give you a Bulldozer animation, right? And from that Bulldozer animation, you can literally just score off of. And then that allows for you to do the option selects. And I'll make a video talking about option selects in a bit. And why it's the most efficient way of scoring in this game, because it's honestly cheese. I'm not even gonna lie. There's really no way to beat it. So that's a precision dunker, right? But let's say if I didn't get a precision dunker due to this being an animation game, I would have gotten either a very good bulldozer animation, or I would have gotten just a regular contact dunk. I'll see if I can do another one here. So just go ahead and do this, spin off of this, boom, and I got a contact dunk. But if I wouldn't have got a contact dunk, I would have just gotten a very, very good animation that would have also given me a bulldozer. It's just called option selecting in the game. I'll show you. I'll make a video talking about it. But yeah, so this is just off of me driving alone, right? I'm not really doing anything crazy. Just kind of driving. Cool. Give me the ball, bruh. All right. Again, this build is very fast. I wish that I had my animations on, but I don't. Again, you can. All of this will be bulldozer right now. But again, let's say you can't get by someone, you're getting clamped up, whatever. These are always like straight up buckets. Bro, your post scoring is absolutely nasty. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys some back down stuff as well. And remember, you don't have any of these badges on Hall of Fame. It's gonna be even more elite whenever you're actually doing it, like in tangent with each other. So let's see here. Also, you have physical handles. That, bruh, gave me that stupid animation. Physical handles on Hall of Fame allows for you to do exactly that right there. That's a bulldozer animation. So yeah, physical handles on Hall of Fame. I'll see if I can try to show you guys what that does. This works on pretty much any lock that doesn't have 90 strength. If they have 90 strength, it's going to be a little bit more of a battle right there. You're going to have to make the right read. If they don't have enough strength, you're just automatically going to be able to get that every time and then precision dunker out of it, or just actually dunk out of it. Watch, I'll show you. See here. I did the wrong thing. Bruh. I'm doing all this random stuff now. Alright, let's just go ahead and make it simple. There we go. And then you position dunker out of that. That happens literally every time. I do this online all the time. It's literally a free bucket every single time. And there's nothing anybody in the game can do about it. Force the switch. Defense. So yep, here. You get the strap. That's a position dunker. That is insane. Because that other dude is right there. Yep. Good hands. Cool. Alright, so another thing that you can do with this build is, again, let's say if you're here, right? Just post spin out of that, dunk again. Bro, like, it's absolutely insane. You got the strap, you got the mid range, you got the fadeaway game, you got the 3-pointer, you got extremely good dunking with the 94, you got layup with default swing, you have good defense against stone wall, you have a movable enforcer on Hall of Fame, so you play lockdown defense, you can bully people. Even, oh, matter of fact, let me go ahead and show that, because this is like another thing about this build that's really, really good. Because you have post scoring, say you get this, you can make stuff like this so easy on this build because you actually have the post scoring. For some reason, you get very big bars whenever it comes to that with this build. I actually have this build. I'm doing that like cookies because a lot of people are so scared of me dunking that they allow me to get like these little ones like this. So that's supposed to be a hop jumper, and then you get like certain animations where you'll fade back or you'll fade to or something like that. It's actually really, really good. Last thing I'm gonna show is just a little bit of defense on this build, like that. Look at the animation there. Watch. He's gonna get stonewalled, and he better have swung out of that. Man, come on, bro. I'm trying to showcase, bro. Doing all the extra stuff. Go ahead and shoot your broke shot, bro. One time you get the ball, you want to sit there and be scary. Come on now. Anyways, moving forward. So again, bully him. Again, you can literally do this. Just keep moving him. I messed it up. Hold on. Literally just move him. And that'll always happen. And bro, I'm telling you right now, I do this against locks like 95 steel, 96 steel, 94 perimeter, because they don't have enough strength. If you do not have enough strength, or a lot of them, they'll cheap out on interior. If you don't have 85 interior defense, you are getting absolutely mollywopped. And even if you have 90 strength and 85 interior, I'm still pushing you. Like, we battling. It might take me a few more of these, but you see how I'm just launching them? Like, it's literally like that. It's literally like that in online. Because they just aren't making their builds. You have to make a build to try to stop and compete with this build. And even still, that's one option out of 15 that I have. This is the most deadly build because it's literally like a Luka. Everyone else is my baby. And I'm about to show you why I'm daddy. Look at daddy. Pause. Um, and then we have the lock build here, and this is just simply the, I'm shutting everything down except that build that I just told y'all about, and also the PG as well, because he's just too fast for them. So those two builds are honestly gonna get completely like phased by defenders. So that's literally, this is the best like lock build that still has some scoring. This is the best like center build that's like a back end and also has serious locks as well, but you lose some of the scoring ability. As you can see, your scoring is not like too crazy, but it's enough to get the job done. You're more of a third, fourth, fifth I would say fifth, fourth option, um honestly. um and this guy, he's actually a second option, or you can even be a first option if you want to, but I would say more of an elite second option. But this build here, the 6'2" and this 6'8", there's no way to counter those builds. They're just too good. So yeah, it's Zooko, bro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. That's all of the best builds, the meta builds, the real meta builds in this game. Man, this is a lot of talking, but I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. I am going to be making some videos talking about how to score more elite, more efficiently in this game, and like why we're doing certain things in the meta like scene for like scoring and defense and stuff like that. I want to give you all the tips and tricks. We out of 5,000.